So we've got this update to the advanced formula environment. There's a button here that says add function from grid. So I'm going to show you how that works, but to describe the example here, I've got some sales data by category and quarter. And here I've got 4 steps that are creating this model number. So the first step is combining the year and the quarter. The second step takes the first 4 characters of the category. The third step makes that uppercase. And then the fourth step combines the uppercase category with the year and the quarter. So that's 4 steps to make this model number. Now we're going to use this add function feature to create a Lambda that performs the same steps. So to get started, we select the cells with the calculation and we hit the button over here. And you can see it says range containing the calculation is G3 through J3, which is where my original formulas are. The parameters that I used are B3 to D3. So at the moment, I need to type these in, but that's B3 to D3. And if I click preview, you can see it's created this Lambda function. Now, one thing I did notice is that it's put C and then B and then D. I'm not sure why it's done that, but that's just something to remember. And you can see that it has added each one of the 4 formulas in the 4 step cells as a line, a variable in this let statement. If I give this function the name model number and click create, I can now model number here and put the value from column C and then B and then D, and that will give me the model number for that row. And obviously I can drag it down. So that's a very basic example of how this works. So just to build on this a little more, when we first create this and we use the preview, we see that the parameters are named after the cells where the original formulas were pointing to. So that's great for a start, but it might be useful for us to rename them. So to do that in the advanced formula environment, because it works the same way as Visual Studio Code, we can select a parameter and you can see that it's given this kind of light highlighting on C3. And if I press Control Shift and L, it selects every occurrence of the currently selected word. I can then type quarter, which is the parameter name, and I can do the same for B3, Control Shift L, which is the year, and D3, Control Shift L, which is the category. So in doing that, now when I create my function and I type model number in the worksheet, I now have quarter, and it reminds me properly which items to select to calculate the model number. So that is how you give the function that you've just created some more sensible names.